Greetings, YouTube. LMS Tactical here. I'm going to make this video for the intended viewers. Really anyone obviously can watch it, but my message today is for active law enforcement officers anywhere throughout the United States of America. It's just a reminder. I mean, in light of the two officers who were killed in an ambush yesterday in the Bronx, New York City. Look, I'm not an expert, but I have some experience. Most of you know I'm retired LAPD, and I just want to offer up some reminders to new officers and old timers alike, because, you know, as you've heard a million times, complacency is what will get you killed. Leaving your guard down. Now, my condolences go out to the family members of the two officers who were killed, as well as the entire New York City Police Department. I know what it's like to bury friends in uniform. I know the heaviness that weighs on your hearts. In this case, it's a little bit different because, quite frankly, I'm of the belief, as are many, that the New York PD has been sold out by its mayor, de Blasio. You know, when the government, and this includes Obama and Holder, you know, the highest law enforcement officer in the land, Holder. But when the government turns its back on its police, its protectors of citizens, that is obviously a green light for the subhuman bottom feeders of society to come out and engage with the police. I mean, it was in that very part of New York just a couple weeks ago where people were yelling, "What do we want? Dead cops. When do we want them now?" Well, now they got it. And sadly, this is not the end of it. You're going to see more, okay? Because nothing's easier than ambushing people who don't even see you coming. So for you officers out there, I'm going to give you a couple of reminders. And this is not meant in to insinuate that the officers did anything wrong or to deserve their murder. This is a brotherly reminder to the men and women who wear the badge every day. The vehicle is your death trap. You have to always remember that as long as you're sitting in that car, goddamn train, as long as you're sitting in that car, you have limited field of view and your reaction time is severely retarded. In such that, you know, most of us are right-handed, and if you're in the passenger seat, you got to open the door with your right hand. It's hard to arm yourself while you're getting out of the vehicle. To be more clear, let me put it this way. I don't care how cold it is. I don't give a fuck if it's a blizzard outside and it's 20 below zero. Never eat in your police vehicle, ever. You need to make that a habit. You know, I was working the streets of LA, and I know it doesn't get that cold out there, but, you know, people used to ask me, "Man, why you ride around with your windows down in the pouring rain?" Because I need to use all 5 of my fucking senses if I want to stay alive. And one of those senses is hearing. I need to hear somebody screaming for help. I need to hear a gun being racked into a chamber. I need to hear the approaching footsteps. Whatever. When it's time to eat, that is why God invented the hood of the police car. That is your fucking office. That is your restaurant. You don't write reports in the police car. You don't eat your fucking tacos in the police car. You get your asses out into the cold and you suck it up. If you can't go back to the station to eat, or you can't get into a restaurant, then you eat on the hood of the car. And always remember to face each other. One on the left and one on the right. That way your eyes are covering a lot more area. The same way you are seated when you're in a restaurant across from each other, so that you can watch your partner's back and he or she can watch yours. Always be alert to your surroundings. The failure to maintain situational awareness when you are a declared target of a segment of society will get you killed, okay? And this, you know, this should happen in spite of recent events, political or otherwise. You put on that uniform and you signify and represent what a lot of people hate. Now you got your own president of the United States And in New York City, you got the mayor who has turned against you. And some sick mental fucks are going to interpret that as a green light. There's going to be copycats. You have to make it hard on the enemy. And those that want to kill you are just that. They're the enemy. So, you remember, when you stop that police car, you want to get out of that fucking car as fast as humanly possible. On a traffic stop, don't be muddling and taking your time like some fucking country bumpkin. When the suspect stops his car and you're effecting a traffic stop, get the fuck out. You want to be the first one out of the car. I get sick of these dash cam videos where cops are killed or almost killed, and it shows, you know, the guy getting out of the vehicle first, and then the cop has to respond to whatever happens if he gets out with an AK or whatever, the suspect. Be the first one out of that fucking car. And there's no excuse. If you're working two cars or two-man cars, we call them A cars. Come here, Charlie. That car should still be rolling while your partner's out covering your ass. Last but not least, this is the most obvious, but I'm going to throw it out there anyways. It's not the suspect's eyes, it's his hands that kill. His hands will deploy your death instrument. So, you don't do shit until you fucking see those hands. If guy's walking up on you and you're like, hey, you know, slow down, stop. Take your hands out of your pocket, whatever. And always trust your instincts. If you're going to have somebody take their hands out of their pockets, make sure that you have them turn around and face away from you first. Remember, you want the lag time to work in your favor. You tell a guy to take his hands out of his pockets and he's clutching on a 4.5, shit's going to get ugly real quick. So, in spite of these assholes who are trying to control every fucking second of your life, do what your instincts and your training tells you to do. He's going to ask you directions. Take control of the situation. Don't let him get closer and closer, and by the time he pulls that fucking gun out, it's too late. Okay, if somebody gets offended, that's just tough shit. Right now, it's called survival. And in the last couple videos I made, I stand behind that. Why anybody would be proactive nowadays? Listen, unless you got the support of your mayor and your citizens, there's no reason for you to be putting your ass on the line by being proactive and going out looking for assholes. Fuck it. Keep your pension, keep your ass alive, so that you can retire and walk your golden retriever like I'm doing, okay? That doesn't just happen. You gotta fucking keep your ass safe in order to enjoy retirement. Your family is counting on you, your brother cops are counting on you, and I'm counting on you. This is LMS Tactical. Stay alert, stay alive. I'm out.